Hello and welcome to the Emerald Gaia Transmission today. Thank you so much for joining me here. So today we're going to be receiving the activation of divine co-creation. And the Emerald Gaia Transmissions are being offered to us at this time so that we can receive these frequencies of light that support us as we go through this ascension process, as we go through what is very obvious to all of us, I'm sure here, a global paradigm shift. We're going through very specific processes of transforming our consciousness from survival consciousness or separation consciousness and moving into unity consciousness. And in order to make that shift, we all go through these different purification processes where we unravel very deep-rooted ways of perceiving, thought patterns, ways of being that are no longer serving us, that we're completing. And then we are activating, we are recalibrating, coming into alignment with our present moment vibration as beings of light incarnate. So it's a very powerful time. We're receiving so much support from the ascended Gaia. So in the Emerald Gaia Transmission, we work with the ascended Earth. So Earth is vibrating and Earth is a multi-dimensional being. And so there are many different dimensions that we can tap into to engage with Gaia, to be with Gaia, to experience Gaia, the ascended Earth. And so we choose to engage with the ascended Earth in this transmission. So let's begin. Let's just get started and see what comes forth. As I've said many times, this is a co-creation. We have the intention and each one of us contributes to this sacred container. And so we will receive what we need to receive in the moment, perfectly in divine order. And then, of course, we're working with the divine presence as well. So in this container, it creates a structure for us to do this work. And when we create this very strong foundation, we're very grounded and we're embodied, we're anchored in the earth, and we land as spirits into this physical vessel. And from that place of grounding, that in that way, we can then begin to communicate multidimensionally and have different experiences in different dimensions and receive different types of communications and activations. But we do this from a place of grounding and connection to the divine source. So let's begin by closing our eyes and connecting and when we close our eyes, that's when we experience the inner quantum field. And we just bring our attention to that inner space. You can focus on the heart, your heart space, and breathe into the heart. This is how we begin all of this work. We focus on the heart. We focus on the presence that is vibrating inside us, the divine presence. And then be aware of the root chakra at the base of the spine. So you bring your attention to that area. And this is where in the old paradigm, this is where we've always plugged into that survival consciousness. This is the area of that rules our physical well-being, our finances, our health, our home. So we're going to really bring awareness to this area, to this energy center in the body. And then we bring our attention to the core of the earth, the crystalline grid, the ascended Gaia, and we make that intention. I am now connecting to the core of the earth. And you see a line of energy from the root chakra moving through all the layers of the earth. And you can see that inner earth light up as your consciousness moves through all these layers. All these beautiful colors light up. This is the inner earth. These are the emerald beings of light in the inner earth, welcoming us. And we can see them. We can see the elementals, the fire, the water, the earth. Take deep breaths. And we anchor ourselves into the crystalline core of Gaia. Take deep breaths. Say hello to Gaia. And then you see like this emerald Gaia vibration rising up from the core of the earth, and it's golden emerald light rising up through all the layers of the earth into your body. And like a sponge, your body absorbs this light, this earth energy. It's so nourishing and loving and supportive. So we're just allowing ourselves to receive that support. And that energy, the earth energy, then rises up from the root chakra into the into the womb space, or if you're in a male body, the reproductive organs of the body. This is the creative life force that's generated from that area of the body. So just allowing your own creative life force energy to activate and merge with, and it's infused with the earth energy. And you can ground this second chakra, this creative center of the body. You can visualize the womb space, grounding to the core of the ascended Gaia. And you can see the masculine and the feminine vibration rising up into the solar plexus, into the heart, and it's just rising up into the throat, being received by the two hemispheres of the brain, the third eye, the pineal gland, just receiving this emerald golden light, and then it fountains out the top of the head. And then be aware of the cosmic light coming forth, and the Venus beings of light are coming forth. These are divine codes, the Venus light. Unconditional love and support, divine partnership coming forth with the galactic beings of light coming in through the crown of the head, this beautiful rainbow ray. And the feline beings of light as well. The Syrian goddess Stargate. So that all of these galactic beings of light are coming forth to support us. And this column of cosmic light that's entering in through the crown of the head. Again, clearing and cleansing, bringing the left and the right hemispheres of the brain into balance. Clarity, discernment. These beautiful divine qualities. Moving through all the neural pathways of the brain, all the thought processes of the brain. Into the throat. And we're just going to do a beautiful clearing of the throat area. Just removing any kind of cords that light up here. What happens is it will light up. You'll just become aware. And then you ask this frequency of light. We're going to bring forth this violet flame to clear the throat area. So you can visualize like a tornado of violet light moving through your throat, because we're clearing our multi-dimensional communication, our capacity to communicate with our own divine self and with beings of light that are coming forth to support us multi-dimensionally. So we're activating our multi-dimensional communication, and we're clearing the third eye and activating our clairvoyance, clear sight, so that we can see with divine eyes, so that we can see the divine in everyone and everything. We see that presence, no matter what appears to be occurring in the outer world. We can see it with divine sight, the witness consciousness. Awakened neutrality, where we can choose. We can choose how to respond in the moment. In a way that is beneficial to ourselves and to others. We can choose. We're no longer reacting. We're no longer driven. We can pause, we can see, and we can choose. Awakened neutrality, clear sight. And the heart is being infused with the earth energy and the cosmic light. So breathe into the heart. This is where we connect with that divine presence that is within us, the Shekinah, the indwelling presence of the divinity that is revealed to us through light. It's nothing that we have to believe in. It's not any kind of ideology that we have to accept. It is innate. It is our birthright. It is the divine presence that dwells within us. So we're connecting with that purity, our own essence, our own divinity, free of conditioning. It's pristine, the divine child within. Divine innocence. Just connecting with that vibration inside of you. So it's an experience. It's an inner experience. Divine co-creation. So in the quantum light practice, we're very aware that we're moving from separation consciousness and expanding and stabilizing in unity consciousness. So as we are activating our experience of divine co-creation in this shamanic journey, in this alignment circle, we do a little bit of excavation to just take a look at how we have been in co-creation, or what does that word bring up for you? Co-creation, partnership, collaboration. Just allow those words, just experience inside of you. How does that feel? Union, collaboration, partnering. So in separation consciousness, the consciousness, the perceptions when we are in that consciousness is that we are separate from the divine, that the divine is something that's outside of us, okay? That we need to reach out to or strive for. And it's rooted, that way of being is founded on a core wound. And that is the belief that we are separate from our own divine source. That somehow, the fall of man in the Garden of Eden, we broke that connection. So that's all that is, that mythology. It is the experience when we incarnate, when we come into the body. Many of us have the experience of feeling that we are separate from our divinity. That can happen when we come into the body, when we incarnate. So that belief or that experience of separation is what those mythologies are referring to. It's nothing that you did wrong. And so what the first thing that's coming up is this polarity between flesh and spirit. Okay, that's a very core perspective or worldview. Okay, And this will sound very old school, but we are really wanting to just clear any remnants of this. You know, that the spirit is pure and the body is evil, or, you know, and again, the divine feminine has held that projection in many, many different ways, in many different timelines. The divine feminine has absorbed that projection. You know, sexuality has absorbed that projection at times as well. That there's this duality between spirituality and sexuality, or this threat, you know, that the senses are a threat in some way to your spiritual evolution. And all these things, it's just, we're just cultivating an understanding that this is our evolutionary process. So because sometimes it can be beneficial to have an ascetic lifestyle, you know, when you're not distracted by these things and you're focused on the divine. So many of us have experienced that in our evolutionary process. So it's not wrong. It's just that we are expanding our experience of the divine. So in the quantum light practice, we're experiencing all the senses. We're celebrating all the senses, and we're directing all the senses towards the divine. So, you know, we work with the sense of smell, and we work with these very high vibrational plant essences and aromas. So we do body work, you know, where we're feeling the skin, we're connecting with the body and the sensuality of the body. And we come into the awareness that this is sacred. This is how we experience the divine. This is how we become embodied. So Lakshmi is coming forth. So this beautiful, beautiful expression of Gaia, Lakshmi. And she's coming forth in this like a magenta vibration, supporting us to really connect with that sensuality of the body. And moving beyond this duality, the body is a distraction. And yes, when the body's in pain because we have unprocessed trauma, yes, the body can be a distraction. We start to have all kinds of physical symptoms. We have all kinds of emotional ups and downs, and that's distracting. It's true. So in the quantum light practice, we're clearing some of these obstructions so that the spirit that's vibrating at a very high frequency can land in the body. So we're raising the vibration of the body, creating a sacred container, your temple of light, so that you can land and be in partnership, divine co-creation with your body, with your physical vessel. Beautiful. So take deep breaths, deep breath, and we're just going to allow Lakshmi to assist us to recalibrate this partnership with our own bodies. So we're receiving a Venus light language transmission. Chanakora ha'ana asana shinahi shiku shikuai. So ha'ana shinikini nini sikishkua. Churako ha'na ichiki shikushua. Sonoaha na senekisha ke ni nai. Sodoahai nai shinakisha koshua. Soskoraha ana a senekisha nakadai. Sanai shanai shinakosha kwai. Soskoraha nai. Sokushaha ana ha na sako sorwa. Shoaha nai shinaki shinako. And this, we're activating codes in the jaw area, in the throat. This is the priestess vibration. So the artist vibration. So no in sovereignty, experiencing sovereignty, expressing who you are in every moment, fearlessly. So we're clearing this projection that the divine feminine has carried in many timelines. We've all experienced it. So we're choosing, if you choose, we are going to complete this projection. And we are opening the Akashic records. Seshat is coming forth. She is a divine scribe in the Egyptian pantheon. She works with Thoth, her masculine counterpart, and they are the keeper of the Akasha. So we're completing this duality between spirit and body, and moving into unity consciousness, embodied ascension. Embodied ascension. Shonoa anai inichine keninchino kori shiniki shakoshoa sanahani ishiniki shakurini chiki sokori nai sonoaha nai soshkorishino koa ha nai seniki kisakusoa la kinini sinena no nanani shikinini sunoa nai shana no no nanani shikishina kini chinikini chinikini chikoru no anai shana no nanani sikisana kini chikis kuswa chana nanani sikanini shikonora ha anai ni chikis kuswa. Deep breaths. Breathe in into the heart. Let go. Our body is our divine partner. Our body supports us in our divine mission. So completing all patterns of duality, conscious and unconscious, allowing those patterns to be included into the oneness. We've learned what we need to learn about them, including them back into the oneness, back into the wholeness, back into the source, and activating new frequencies of light inside of us in union and alignment with source. Take deep breaths. Just allowing the integration. Divine co-creation. So one of the obstructions that we often experience is that we're alone. So we'll receive an inspiration to create something. It's different for all of us. And for some reason, we think we're alone, that we have to do it all by ourselves. And this brings forth different frequencies of separation that can be competition, we're competing, we're striving, we compare. Oh, well, You know, we can start to experience the not good enough, not enough, because we're comparing. So we lose our awareness of our own divinity, of our own humility. Humility in the sense that of being completely aware, in awareness, that we are divine beings of light. And that we are facing every experience from a place of wholeness and equality. So that is the foundation of everything we do. Wholeness in unity consciousness. Whereas in separation consciousness, we may be creating because we have this hole inside and we want to feel better. And if I accomplish this, I'll feel better. If I get that relationship, I'll be whole. If I find the right work, I'll feel fulfilled. And so in unity consciousness, we're coming from the awareness that everything that we begin, the foundation is wholeness. We begin in wholeness. We begin in awareness of our own divinity and our equality. That we are all created and made of the same source, consciousness. Nothing more, nothing less. This does not mean that we're the same. It means that we're equal. So we're not the same. We don't all have the same resources. We don't have all the same opportunities. We don't have the same obstructions. We're all on our unique path. Okay, so we surrender to that. We're not the same, but we are equal. Divine to divine, light being to light being. Because we're not robots. We're all here and we all have unique gifts and talents that we're here to explore and cultivate. So we celebrate. That is diversity. We celebrate. But we know inside ourselves, we approach every situation from a place of humility. That is the knowledge of who we are as divine beings. Divine to divine, peer to peer, light being to light being. And from that place of wholeness, then we attract the perfect people, places, and opportunities that support us to fulfill our mission. And this is what they mean by the universe is conspiring to assist you. Because we're approaching every situation from a place of wholeness. We can receive in ways that we couldn't have imagined. So this is how we come into divine partnership from a place of wholeness. Divine partnership, divine co-creation with source. It's an inner partnership that then attracts different experiences that we are learning from, that we are growing from in our own unique path. And this is when we become original and fearless, because we have that foundation of wholeness inside of us. We are no longer reaching out to others or connecting with others because we're trying to survive or we're trying to heal something. We do that work inside of us. Because we now have the tools. We have the quantum light practice. So we have a fire, the inner fire, the violet flame. So anytime that you have felt alone, and you might see a picture, again, we're not here to rehash, we're just, or analyze anything. We just know that there have been times where we felt alone, where we felt we were on our own. We didn't feel supported. We couldn't receive. We couldn't, sometimes we're in pain and we don't allow ourselves to receive. So if any of those types of experiences are coming forth, we just allow them to go into the fire. We invite them with love into the fire. And you just be aware of this violet flame moving through your system. You may see pictures, you may have an impression, you may have a feeling. Everything is happening perfectly in divine order. So offer it to the fire. I'm completing this pattern of feeling alone, of feeling like I have to do it by myself, or I didn't do it right. That's my favorite one. I didn't do it right. I'm wrong. These are distortions that obstruct our connection to our own self. Wrongness. So we're going to put all wrongness into the fire, because whatever choices we made, conscious or unconscious, it was part of our evolution. So just allowing that, just letting go. And if your mind starts to say, yeah, but I was wrong. Oh, no. We'll put it into the fire. With love in this sacred container. We offer love to these fragmented parts of ourselves that we've rejected. We include them into the oneness, into the wholeness. So that time that I believed that I was separate and I made choices coming from that place of separation. The time where I really trusted someone and they let me down. Just offer it to the fire. Doesn't mean that that didn't happen, but we're no longer identifying with that. We're just going to let it go into the fire in this sacred container. It's a safe place. We are completely supported to do this work by the beings of light. Because if there is a vibration inside of us and that of separation consciousness or victim consciousness, when it comes up, it will come up because it's real. These things have happened. It doesn't mean that it hasn't happened, but we face it. We allow it to be unraveled by the divine frequencies of light, recalibrated into the present moment, And then we come into alignment so that that vibration is acknowledged and loved and included. It's not this fragmented part of ourselves that's vibrating inside of us, attracting experience, attracting more of the same. So it must come up to the light to be loved and included. So it's not coming up to be dissected, it's coming up to be loved. Deep breaths. Bringing in that violet flame to move through the inner quantum field, clearing, cleansing, purifying. It's moving through the solar plexus. And here I'm seeing, experiences where we felt that we weren't guided, that we were abandoned. That feeling, it's a vibration that we are unraveling with the violet flame and integrating into wholeness. So where it's no longer something we have to fight, it's no longer something we have to fix. It's no longer something that's creating experiences unconsciously. It's in the light, we're facing it, we're experiencing it, and including it with love. Beautiful. And so all of these, this is just a deeper layer coming forth. So just allowing it to move through. Surrender. And so we focus on the sound of the light language so that the violet flame can do the work. Effortlessly. We focus on the sound of the light language. So ana ini chinekene sanakosroa ini shikishkushwa haishkanano hana so skoroshnakorai shinekishnakosroana saskiri shinekene each and each korai each kiskosroanai so kora ini chikisnakorai. Deep breaths. And there's we're receiving this, the lion vibration. It's a sacred masculine vibration is coming forth to be activated. This vibration of courage and fearlessness. No matter what is occurring in the outer world, we are aligned with the sacred masculine vibration in balance, coming into balance, the divine feminine and the sacred masculine. A lot of the work that we're doing as a collective at this time is about coming into balance with all different types of dualities. So just allowing this recalibration. Bringing forth that sacred masculine vibration. We're going to be taking a look at that. Because when the sacred masculine is out of balance, when the sacred masculine is wounded inside of us, then we're seeking it outside ourselves. Again, from a place of lack. So we are activating a balanced experience of our own masculine energy. Sonoa ainai chinikini chinakorai chiki sakusho koha nai isiniki sinakusroa. Sonoshanoa ainai chiniki sinakosho kayai ainai chiniki sinakori chiki sakushoa. Sokora anai ini chiniki sinakorai ini chiniki sinakorai hanai. So the first vibration of the wounded sacred masculine that we're going to acknowledge and purify is, you know, the dismissal. this vibration dismisses the divine feminine. Sokoaha, you know, as being difficult or as being complicated or as being too emotional or as being too dreamy, not consistent, all of these types of projections. So this creates duality inside of us. So we're taking a look at this. So it's an energy of dismissing our greatest gifts and talents that we may share and that are part of our divine mission. Qualities such as intuition, clairvoyance, clairsentience, empathy. And oftentimes women, beings of light in female bodies, they actually have more space to cultivate these gifts and talents. Sometimes when a spirit being of light is in a male body, there's not even any space to cultivate these gifts. So it's a wound that is in both male bodies and female bodies and everything in between. It's an imbalance of the sacred masculine vibration. And it's also this energy of control, you know, this tendency, this drive to control the divine feminine, because the divine feminine is mysterious. The divine feminine is uncertainty. The divine feminine is process, which can be messy, there may be times of darkness, uncertainty. So the body can be messy. So this wounded masculine energy doesn't like these things. It's very threatening. So then it can seek to control. But in that control, we lose the essence of the divine feminine, which is freedom and creativity. So coming into balance, the divine feminine and the sacred masculine coming into this sacred union, the sacred alchemical marriage, balance. So be aware of your connection to the core of the earth. Earth energies rising up into the body. The cosmic light coming in through the crown of the head. Let's just come into alignment. The core of the earth. The root chakra. The heart. The crown. The cosmic light. Fusion. Spirit and matter. Coming together in the heart, in this creative expression, this divine expression of that union. Coming into balance. Letting go of control. We are not in control. It's very clear. It has been made very, very clear to us that we are not in control. Again, there's this tendency to want to control nature, the cycles of nature. So letting go. Oh. Coming into balance, and experiencing surrender does not mean that we don't have boundaries. We can surrender because we have a strong container, a foundation in our alignment. And then we can surrender to the processes of purification because we're in alignment, we're safe. Even if our body is being destroyed, we are safe. Our consciousness is in alignment. Alignment is the default position, no matter what is occurring. And it comes naturally through practice. We practice this alignment in our daily lives. And so then when something shocking happens, when something unexpected happens, we go to that alignment very naturally. Because we've created that foundation of experiencing ourselves in alignment. So we naturally go to that place to find our strength, to find that pause, to find clarity. Oh. So the divine partner, the divine partnership is with your own divine self. The inner union. And from that alignment, from the inner union, all that we need, all that we create, all that we manifest comes to us in a very natural way. And that is grace. So we're going to experience an infusion of grace from the goddess Lakshmi. She's here in this transmission to infuse. It's a divine infusion of grace. So you can just allow yourself to receive. nainin shananaini sinasanakanani chunana ana asa sorwa hasa ishinishinakirwa tunana anai nai no 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 ana sa sorwa shanai chinihi shinasuno sorwa haidi naya harinana no 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 ana achinen chano chokora nai sanai ni 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 sino no 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 na 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 ni 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 chokora nai in chikinisinakin sinokora ana chikisokora cha hatne chikisano sono sono ha shana shinkini chiki chokora sana ha ana aso so 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 ha shikisini sono sono chino hai nai nai chikini chokora chikisoko Shri Lakshmi Madena Namaha Shinukwa Chikishko Sunahane Sena Shinakishko Hom Shri Lakshmi Shinaki Sunukwa Nai Chikisko Mahadeva Shinkora Hane Chikin Shinkorai Chikisake Sanahana Shinaki Shinako Sadai Shikisako Sunwa. And the Venus light is coming forth, brilliant, beautiful opulence, bliss. Just allow yourself to receive Venus light. Positioning yourself to receive from a place of alignment. Again, the perfect people, places, and opportunity are magnetized. It's like you're magnetizing these experiences from this place of alignment and union. And calling forth inspiration, inspired action. So surrender is a very active state. Because we're in our alignment, we're practicing alignment. And we're surrendering to source union. And from this place, you're empowered. It's an empowerment that occurs. It's not as, it's a, because sometimes the word surrender, there can be an overlay on that word of giving up. And it's almost like when we let go of all our preconceived beliefs of who we should be, what we should be, we allow ourselves to let go. And it's almost like this beautiful river that's flowing through us, cleansing, clearing all that is not ours. We just allow it to flow with that force, that vibration of water alchemy moving through our system, flushing our system of all that is not ours. And then we allow ourselves to receive all that is ours to be, do, and have. Just breathe into the heart. And we're offering gratitude, and we're going to do our prayer. Offering gratitude, offering forgiveness to ourselves for the times that we believed that we were separate, for the times that we made choices coming from that place. So we offer forgiveness for the times that we've been aware of it, for the times we've been unconscious to it. Love and forgiveness. We've been learning. We've been growing, and we call forth this divine restoration. We're fully restored. Divine restoration. We've learned all that we need to learn about separation consciousness. It's made us strong. And now we choose support, we choose freedom, we choose divine partnership, beautiful collaborations. We choose support. We choose to be cherished and loved, to just feel loved in every moment. We choose it, we claim it, our divine birthright of love. And offering gratitude to Seshat and Toth, keeper of the Akasha. Just allowing the records to complete and close for now. Offering gratitude. And the Shekinah, the indwelling presence. I surrender to you. Divine Mother. Just receiving the final blessing from the Divine Mother. As we complete this transmission. Knowing that we'll continue to process, to bask in these frequencies of light. And we allow ourselves to the inner quantum field to continue to integrate and purify and transform in divine order and divine timing. There's no urgency. All is happening according to divine timing and will. And then see a beautiful sphere of golden light hovering above the crown of the head. And this light, it's a sphere of light. It is your highest creative essence. Present time growth vibration, vibrating, pulsating. And you allow this sphere to enter in through the crown of the head. And you allow your body to absorb this light. Every cell of your body receives this golden light. Like a sponge absorbing water. Your body, every cell, absorbs this light, just sealing out all that you have completed and sealing in these new frequencies of light. filling up any, just strengthening your auric field with light. Divine to divine, light being to light being. Divine co-creation. Align with the divinity that is you.